welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reading vlog. And this time, a die is going to decide how many hours I'll be reading for a week. And this tiny die has all the deciding powers. I'm gonna roll the dice every single day and we'll see. We'll get at least 1 hour. So that's good because, as you all know, I'm trying to get out of the reading slump. I am almost out, but I really need that motivation and that, okay, हाँ 1 घंटा पढ़ना है, and I don't want to limit myself. Suppose I get 1 hour, then I don't have to stop at 1 hour. I have to minimum read that 1 hour. I can read more than that, and I can also carry forward the hours if I don't finish them on that day. I need some flexibility. Otherwise, I go in reading slumps. So it's better to keep a few things open, and at the same time, this will help me read more. That's what I'm thinking right now. So, should we first roll the die or should I tell you about my current read? I'll tell you about my current reads first. Currently, I'm reading Love and Lattes at Pumpkin Hollow. I'm 35% in, and it's a very cozy autumnal read. It's raining outside, so I think it's going to be perfect for today. Like, if I finish it today. Apart from that, I'm listening to a cozy mystery called Icing on the Murder. It's about a baker who is also a sleuth. I will talk about the books more once we get into the video, like once I start reading and I'll start giving you updates. And these are some of the options and some of the books I'm reading. Just giving you a gist. So now let's roll the dice. Yay! Here's the die. Let's see. 6. What do you mean 6? What do you mean 6? We got 6. We are starting with a bang. I didn't expect it to start with 6. लूडो में भी मुझे कभी फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में 6 नहीं आता है. I don't know. So we are reading for 6 hours. So now I can actually talk about the book, which is Love and Lattes at Pumpkin Hollow. It is about our main character Willow, who is living and working at a farm with her dad, and they have some financial issues. They are thinking about, her father is thinking about selling the farm, but she doesn't want to sell it, and it's fall time, so she is thinking of start doing a pumpkin patch and make it work and make sure that she has enough financial like funds to support the farm and don't really have to sell it. The catch is that the person or the company who is going to buy the farm and build houses or on the property, the guy is there and he also wants to prove himself to his older brother, who is the owner of the company, or the person who is managing the company. They have the family business too, and now she asks him to stay on the farm and see how that it's not just a land and there's so much work that goes behind it. And if the pumpkin patch doesn't work, she will agree to sell the farm. That's what is going on. I don't know why he stays there. That is the most ridiculous thing. Why would she ask for his help if he really wants to buy the farm and the pumpkin patch to fail? Like, why won't he sabotage it? So it is little bit confusing कि क्या चल रहा है. And otherwise, apart from that, it is very descriptive, and we get to see the entire process of her starting the pumpkin patch, because her farm doesn't grow pumpkins, so she has to outsource them like within 15 days so that she can open the pumpkin patch for the month of October, so for all the fall plus Halloween activities. So that's what is going on. Very cozy, I would say. Nothing major is happening. Very pumpkin spice cafe vibes, but it is not up there because that book is more warm and welcoming, and it is comforting because of the people from that town. And here, even though we get to meet a few people, but I'm still not like attached to them. So we'll see. It's only 35% in. So I'm gonna continue reading that, and I think uske liye the Kindle was showing 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I think I'll still have time to read something else. I'm going to start a stopwatch on my phone to track the 6 hours. But I don't think I'll be able to show them to you because I'm filming on my phone. So it is for me to know कि 6 hours हो गए हैं. So we'll see, and I will give you update tomorrow. It's day 2 and I just took a bath, and that's why my hair is very wet and I'm letting it air dry. So don't mind that. Usually I try to avoid filming on days when I do hair wash. But ये पूरा week we are filming. So you will see me like this once or twice. ठीक है? Yesterday I finished Love and Lattes at Pumpkin Hollow, but I could only read for 3 hours. It was showing 3.5 hours, but there were too many repetitions. Okay, like the girl, the main character, if she is talking, Willow is talking to Dylan, the love interest, and they had a whole conversation. I read the whole conversation. Then she goes back to her best friend and recounts the whole conversation, and not really like in single sentence that okay, I told my best friend everything, and then her best friend's response. No, 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 no. She will recount literally everything word for word in third person. I'm like, no, dude. Like, and this happens every single time. Every single time she has a conversation with somebody, she will recount it to somebody else. If something happens, and she wants to tell her to her dad, like she wants to let her dad know everything will be recounted. There were so many repetitions. If she's thinking, okay, so I am going to do this on the farm. There's an entire paragraph or 2 paragraphs about what she's going to do the entire process, and then we get the entire process again, like when she's doing it. It's so repetitive, and the whole thing she was very skeptical that it won't work, but it actually worked. So everybody is telling her that no, it will work, and she's like, no, but I only have this much, and how is it going to work? It was so boring. Imagine a Hallmark movie, but very slow Hallmark movie where nothing happens. It could have been literally a novella. It was that repetitive and that boring. Like either the author could have added some more interesting things to the story, or she could have just shortened it to 200 pages. Basically, it was not needed. Like I think nowadays I'm picking the wrong books because all of these slow books are not helping my reading at all. Apart from that, the book was very cozy. Like it is good if you are into autumnal mood, but don't go with the expectations of Pumpkin Spice Cafe because that's what you would expect. Like, there is the community aspect and everything, but what I thought of these two books as like Pumpkin Spice Cafe is a Netflix fall movie, and this book is Hallmark's fall movie. If that makes sense. If you watch such movies, then you will know the difference. I started Icing on the Murder like yesterday. I was on 11% before starting the challenge, and now I'm at 36%. So I read about 25%. Murder नहीं हो रहा है. Even that is a fall book because there are some fall activities, the cakes, the fall background is there. Why am I reading fall books in August? I mean, technically it makes sense because it is cozy outside. It is gloomy, it's cozy, it's the perfect weather for cozy books. But everybody is reading summer books or something else apart from all these seasonal books. Icing on the murder. The murder hasn't happened, and I'm anticipating the murder, and we are at 36%. Okay, so I am expecting the murder to happen at some point, or maybe I missed it. I don't know. I have to go back and check the blurb and exactly see who is getting murdered. And there's this competition where a very famous wedding planner like gives plans a wedding for a bride basically for free, and it is like a whole वो TV पे होता है ना say yes to the dress kind of a situation. It's the same with wedding planning, and our main character is getting married, so she wants that, like she wants to get her wedding planned by the famous wedding planner, and she is ready to get into the whole showbiz side of it, and her would-be husband is not really into it. He doesn't want his wedding and all the very personal things to get on social media and everything. But she is a social media person. She has been that influencer, so she's okay with it. So there's that kind of a friction going on, and the entire baking part is very sweet, and I am craving cakes. But the good thing is that my sister's birthday was last week, so we are still having the cake. Like we are that. I mean, I'm that person who will have a tiny piece every day. instead of having like a whole thing. So we are saving it, so it is like going perfect with it, otherwise मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा craving होती. So anyways, 3 hours जो आज करने हैं कल के, and now we'll see what the die chooses for today. Let's see. I have this entire box here. जो वो बचपन वाला ना, वो this die which I'm using is also from my childhood. Like वो होता है ना कि सब कुछ एक साथ रखा हुआ है. That's what it is. And I have dropped something. वैसे भी बहुत सारी चीजें इसमें से मिसिंग है, तो इसलिए वो एक सेट कर दिया उसको. Let's check के आज ये डाई क्या चूज करता है. Okay, here we go. Can you see my hands? It's very low light. I'm sorry for that. Let's see. Yes! One. Ah! So the die has chosen one. Thank God, because if it would have been 4 to 6 hours, then I would have cried, because already I could only read for 3. I have to read for 3 more hours plus some more. So I was very scared कि क्या आएगा. So I have to read for 4 hours. It's okay. Total 4 hours. I haven't really decided on any book. I will decide that now. I think I know what I'm gonna pick, but I'm not really sure. Should I talk about it right now? I want to read this book. It's The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk by Carissa Broadbent, and it's the part of a duology. The first book is called, it is I know it is Crown of the Shadowborn Duet. That's what I was thinking. So there's this world, Crown of Nyaxia, and I hope I'm saying it right. Last time I checked the pronunciation, it was Nyaxia. Now I don't know. And here it is said that it is the Shadowborn Duet. So there are three different kingdoms, 3 different types of vampires. They have different abilities. So the first one was Bloodborne. This is Shadowborn. The House of Night. So there are different houses basically. So House of Night, House of Shadow, House of Blood, I guess. That's the third one. So this is the second duology. I'm excited to get back into this particular book because I want to know कि क्या होता है. I think I read the first book in this duology earlier this year. So I have read all 3 books. I am excited to read this one. It is 500 something pages long and it's a trade paperback. It is huge. Like look at this. It's huge. So it's a good thing that I can start it. I need something fast paced and high stakes. That's why I'm picking this one up, so that it will hold my attention. That's the plan. Okay, 4 hours I can do this. I will also continue the audiobook icing on the butter here and there, so that वो 4 घंटे थोड़ी जल्दी जाए. So I'm gonna start reading this now. It's day 3 and it is very dark and gloomy. This is the most natural light I can get because it's raining outside and it is the perfect weather to read. So let's talk about yesterday's stats. Yesterday I read for 2 hours and 53 minutes. So 7 minutes plus 1 hour, like 1 hour plus 7 minutes is pending from yesterday. And day before yesterday it was, I didn't read for again. There are 2 minutes बाकी, तो I'm gonna count all the minutes. So because दो करते करते 10 हो जाएंगे if I'll start not really adding them. So if we add them up, they're like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna count those 10 minutes. So I am carrying forward 1 hour 10 minutes from yesterday. Plus we'll see आज का क्या है. I read Asian Cupcake. I finished the book. It was a graphic novel, so it was very easy to finish. Our main character Miguel is 12 years old and he gets to work for the Bureau of Mystical Beasts, and he gets paired with Asian Cupcake. So they are spies for the bureau, and it is such a cute book. It is very informative for the kids because they get to see how spy work goes, what are all the different technologies which can be used, and they have given all the information about those techniques at the back of the book, which is really good because kids can learn from that. It is a very informative book but adventurous as well, The pairing is so good. The kid reminded me of Spider-Man from Civil War, like the oh my God, big fan Spider-Man kind of a situation because he loves unicorns and he gets teamed up with a unicorn. So it is very, very cute. The art style is beautiful. It's magical. It's enchanting, and it is like they have nailed it. I think you should read it if you like graphic novels. I also made some progress with Icing on the Murder, and the murder has finally taken place. It takes place at the wedding expo, which our main character goes to for, the competition and all. Our main character has to figure it out because her skewer, like the skewer which goes in cakes, so her company's skewer was used to kill victim. Now she wants to figure it out before the police thinks that she is the one who did it. Very invested in all the drama, whatever is going on over there. I don't know how many percent I'm in. I'm this much percent in, and I am enjoying that book. Today or tomorrow, I'll finish it up because I don't really like focus on audiobooks. They are always running when I'm doing something or the other. I will definitely listen to it today as well. Why my hair is looking so frizzy? Actually, the humidity is bad, very bad. I mean, there's no way कुछ भी use कर लो वो frizzy ही होंगे because it's so humid like. And then I also started this book, but I read like 10 pages of it. I need to figure out कि क्या चल रहा है इस book में. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna read that today. Let's see how many hours the diet chooses today. Okay, here we go. 5. Okay, okay. Okay, 5 hours. I think it's doable. I mean, I got 6 hours on the first day and I didn't finish them. But today I think I can make it work because I'm reading a very fast-paced book and I don't really have a lot to do, but I do have a lot to do. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I have no clue कि क्या होगा. 3 hours is the limit, is what we have figured out. But अगर fast-paced book है तो maybe I'll finish it. I mean, there's a chance, and this book is very huge. So अगर मैंने आज ये book खत्म कर दिया ना, तो ये challenge we have like won the challenge, even though there's no competition and there's no trophy or prize, but it will be like that के सफल हो गया ये करके. So we'll see. I'm gonna go and read now because how many hours? 6 hours, 10 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's go. Let's go. Ah! It's day 4, and yesterday I was supposed to read for 6 hours and 10 minutes, and I read for 4 hours and 10 minutes. I made sure कि मैं 10 minutes पे रुक जाऊँ because I wanted to wait few minutes before that, but I just kept on going so that calculations easy हो. So that's what I did. Let's talk about all the books and all the different updates. I have multiple updates. I finished Icing on the Murder. I was around 70% through that book day before yesterday. So yesterday I finished the rest. I was editing this post. So it took me almost an hour or more than an hour to like gather all the pictures, edit the whole thing, figure out all the books I want to put there. So I listened to this book while doing that. About that book, it was very easy to guess who it was. It was good to listen in the background. I don't think if I'll put my entire energy to it, I don't know if, how I would feel about that book. It was perfect for the purpose I wanted it to be. Then I started this book. It is that's the ribbon of the bookmark. I am 130 pages in. The story picks up right where it left in the first book, and the author didn't want to give the entire description on what happens in the first book. Like, I remember the gist of it, that they went to the underworld for some task and something went, and whatever the ending was. I remember that, but I didn't remember the details, right? Like, it is all about details when books are this thick and there are multiple characters, and especially when there are characters, there are different kingdoms, there are different worlds, the magic system, how the world works, and then there are gods, and the gods are very important in these books, and their politics or their histories or their stories, everything is so intricately intertwined that you have to remember everything to understand everything and understand the minute details. And I didn't remember everything, and you know how I am with names, and there are too many people and too many characters and names. So it took me some time to remember कि कौन क्या है, क्या चल रहा है. It is given in a way that the characters, the main characters, are recounting or remembering the ending of the first book, like whatever happened in the last scene. So it's from their point of views, na. So they are just saying, कि, oh my God, that actually happened. But here I am thinking, what exactly happened? Because I just remember the overall, like, जो very ऊपर is like I knew what was going on. I like to binge series for this particular reason because I like to know the details, and if I don't know the details, I don't get pulled into the story right away, and it takes me some time to read the entire thing and सोचो कि क्या हुआ exactly. So 130 pages in. Right now it is picking up pace and it is getting interesting. They are on another quest, and this time the stakes are even higher, and I'm excited to see how it goes. So that's it. Gonna continue this book. And I also started Killer Getaway. It is about main character Lily, who goes to this particular resort on a particular island every year for 1 month in summer to work there as a lifeguard. People in her life are confused that why does she go there if she has a successful business, and why is she going there for that low paying job, and she's there for this vigilante thing, that doing justice to people who are doing wrongs. You know, the kind of book like How to Kill Men and Get Away with It. This book, I'm 10% in, and I think it's taking me a lot longer to understand what is going on in the book. I am not really a big fan of that this type of writing where the character, I mean, don't like dual timelines, but I also don't like it when the story is going on and then out of nowhere the character just thinks of something else which happened in the past, but I already don't know the people who are in front of her. Like, I don't know that person's name, and somehow she's talking about somebody else. I mean, it is so confusing, and I think this book needs to be read or listened to with 100% attention. Like, I listen to audiobooks in the background, right? But I think this one I have to give my like 90% attention or 100% at this point, because otherwise I'm not getting it. I had to rewind an entire chapter just to understand कि क्या हुआ और क्या बोला उसने, कुछ समझ नहीं आया. ऐसा मैंने 2 बार किया है, and this doesn't happen at all. I have listened to a lot of audiobooks. When I say a lot, a lot. For the past 4 years, I've listened to a good number of audiobooks. This has never happened. I listen to all sorts of genres. I don't know. I don't know what I feel about that book so far, because it is like upsetting. Because if I have to go back, find a chapter again, listen to it again just for because I missed something, कि क्या हुआ मुझे समझा ही नहीं, ऐसा 2 बार कैसे हो सकता है. I didn't understand the prologue. I started the book again. Second time मैंने पूरा concentration देके सुना, फिर भी नहीं समझा. So I gave up. But right now I'm trying to like get into the story. I hope it gets interesting and it is easy to understand. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what the die chooses today. Okay. Yes. One. What is with one? 1 hour. I think I can do 1 hour. It's easy to do 1 hour plus 2 hours. Like yesterday's 2 hours. 3 hours is easy. Not easy. It's doable. We can do it, but it's already very late in the day, and it's again very gloomy. So gloomy. It's so gloomy. It has been raining continuously since past 2 days. So it's very gloomy, very cloudy, very perfect for reading, but not perfect to get things done. I'm gonna start reading. It's day 5 and I finished yesterday's hours. Like whatever was the backlog, whatever was there, I finished all of them. So I'm very happy about that. And the reading update is that I listened to The Killer Getaway. I have read around 20% of The Killer Getaway, and now I'm understanding that something is going on, what she is there for. It is not really revealed why she is there or how it all started. Like we are getting some crumbs here and there. I'm very intrigued to see okay, what exactly happened 5 years ago. She started doing that, like going to that particular resort for the past for she's there for 5 years, and for the first year when she was there as a guest and not as an employee. So it's interesting why and what happened and how it started. Like I have an idea because it is little bit obvious since it's a vigilante sort of a situation. So I am excited to see how it goes. She had a couple of close calls, and I was like, don't be another Lily. Was she also Lily Collins? I don't know. No, that was Kitty Collins. Don't be another Kitty Collins because that one is very reckless. Even though she thinks she's smart, she is not. She does things, her execution is very poor. So I don't want that to happen in this situation. And the fact that she goes to that particular resort every summer for 1 month, and of course, whatever accidents happen only happen in that particular month when she's there. So it's kind of obvious because she has a pattern, right? Like for 4 years or 5 years, this has happened. So of course somebody is going to figure it out. Like it is kind of silly to think that nobody would figure this out. So I'm not sure because she is going to be the one person like who's there when all the accidents happened. So they can figure that out. I think it's very obvious. But of course, she's the main character. I don't think that is going to be the case. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So right now, I'm not really sure of what I feel about that book. Need to read some more. So there's that. And then I made some progress in this book as well. I'm on page 266 of this book. So I've again read around 130 pages. No, 130, 230, yeah. Again, around 130 pages. Need to read more today. Story is picking up the pace. And there are so many characters which we have seen and read about in the past previous books. So I'm really enjoying that part. And I'm glad that I read the novella because otherwise it wouldn't have made any sense or I wouldn't have understood these characters' significance or their backstory and why they behave in such a way, in a way they are behaving right now. Like I wouldn't have gotten their backstory. Technically, you can read it on its own. Like you can skip the novella and read just the duologies. It would make sense. But just say Marvel may the series, TV shows, you can skip because nothing major happens, but you get the characters' backstories. So that's the same case in this series as well. Let's roll the dice. I want to see some numbers which we haven't really seen. 2, 3, or 4. Let's see today's number 3. It's 3. We got 3. Yes. Again, doable because that's what I have been doing 3 hours, and I'm glad that we got a different number. So I'm going to continue this book now. Okay, bye. It's day 6 and we are nearing the end. And let me tell you how much I read yesterday. I read for 1 hour 45 minutes. I know, I was thinking that it's so easy. I can read for 3 hours since I have read for 3 hours every single day in the first few days. So I thought it is easy, but it wasn't because I had some work to do, plus something else came up. So I could not read. I really was invested in this book though. So I just want to continue this now. So of course I'll carry forward the minutes today, and I am on page 324. So I am making progress. I mean, I want to finish this book today, and how I was telling you initially that, oh, it's raining, it's raining. Then I stopped telling you that because it was raining continuously, and I was like, "ये ठीक है, ये थोड़ा weird हो रहा है कि मैं every day क्यों बोल रही हूँ?" And I was saying that it was perfect, cozy reading weather, but it is getting crazy. It's getting out of hands. It's day 6 of me reading. Like, it's my day 6 of the challenge, and it's day 5 of it raining continuously. It's raining continuously. It's too humid. Everything is very stuffy and humid, and it's raining. It's basically Mumbai has become a water park, but it is perfect reading weather. So I want to continue this book. I also listen to The Killer Getaway whenever I got time, and I don't have major updates for that particular book because it's going the way it's going. Nothing else like major has happened. So I will let you know once I have something to speak about it. Let's see what the diet chooses today. Six. Oh my god, six again. Oh my god, it chose six. So six plus one. Basically, I have to read for 7 hours, 15 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know. I don't have it in myself. Oh my god, that's a lot. Like, I need something which will keep me hooked to the story as well as some time to actually sit and read. So, there's a high chance that I can finish this book today. अगर मैं बैठी उतना घंटा तो we'll see. So, I'm gonna stop chit chatting and gonna start reading. Hello, friends. Welcome back. I know I didn't give you my 6 days update and the 7 day. I didn't get time to vlog. It's okay. It's fine. That happens. But I did finish the challenge. So let's talk about all the stats. On day 6, I had to read for 7 hours something, right? I read for 5 hours, 15 minutes, right? And 2 hours were pending. So I carried forward those hours to the 7 day. I got two on day 7. So I read for 4 hours. Whatever the timing was remaining, I finished all the hours. Really glad. मुझे लगा था कि नहीं हो पाएगा. मैं carry forward करने के लिए days भी नहीं बचे थे. So I finished all the hours. So the challenge is complete. I'm very happy about that. Let's talk about all the books I finished in the last 2 days. I finished this book on day 6. There were like more than 200 pages left. But of course, it is like the second half of a fantasy book. Of course, it flew faster and I enjoyed the entire book. I think it is my favorite book after the first book, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Thank God they give books here. Otherwise, मैं क्या करती मैं रो देती because I don't remember names. After that book, this is my favorite book in terms of what happens. The quest was so grand and they move to different worlds with different people. They meet so many previous characters. I love them. I loved seeing all of them in a different setting and not from their perspective. Like all the previous books were there from that particular character's perspective, right? So seeing them from a third perspective was also fun. Seeing Asar and Mish and Atreus and Silena is what her name is. Seeing them together was ah it like it was such a sukoon. I enjoyed the entire book and I loved the outcome of this book as well. Like whatever happened in the end, I love that. The gods play a very major role in this particular book or in this particular duology, and I cannot wait to see how the concluding duology would be and what is going to happen exactly. I love the book. I mean, she hasn't disappointed. The author hasn't disappointed me yet. I have high hopes from the next series, like the next duology. Then, then after finishing that book, I started Cliches and Curses on day 6. Read almost 200 pages. I wouldn't say 200 because I had already read initial 40 pages. I read it few days back, like not in this week. And then I kept the book because I was not in the sports romance. I mean, it's not technically a sports romance, but the main character is a sports guy. He's an athlete. I had already read two back-to-back sports romances, and I did not. I mean, I'm not a sports romance person. I don't like that typical sports romance thing. And I mean, I don't know why I read those two. So this time I was like, कि अगर मैंने ये भी पढ़ा ना, तो I would put this one in the same category, and then I would not enjoy it as much. So that's why I like put this book down few weeks back actually. And I thought कि अभी fantasy के बाद I want to read something romance, so I picked this one up. Perfect timing. I enjoyed it. It is so adorable, and I finished it on day 7. And then I also finished A Killer Getaway. So that was it. I read 6 books in this week. I don't do that. Like I mean, last month भी मैंने पूरे month में 6 books नहीं पढ़े थे. So it really helped me because I wasn't forced to read a particular book and I could pick any book which I wanted to, and the goal was about the numbers or the hours, and it motivated me to read more. Let me know if you want to see me level up this challenge and do it with 2 die. Do it with dice. Better. It will be more fun. 12 hours is insane. Let me know if you want to see that, and that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.